love, respect. My content is not for everyone.
No, here's the trick, oh my god darn it. My cast writers. Okay, all you need is up on my list of intentions.
Today's currently January 18th, 2026. Always be yourself when someone doesn't see your potential, or let alone someone praising your downfall. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Talk your shit, love yourself, don't dim your light. Loving yourself out loud, they would never understand your reflection. Balance, acknowledging your worth, don't dim your light, get discouraged by a hater. Things they would never understand. They can't relate, it's the treadable for me. That ain't just different. Yeah. Don't dim your light, neighbor. It be the train of thought for me. How the enemy and the devil come in different shapes and size. Continue call your energy back. They would never understand that God didn't tell a lie. How, hold on one second, your reflection is different. Being authentic would truly bother someone's mental health. Or because you actually knew you understood how to think to go within.
No, irritate, always be yourself. Uh-huh.
Talk your shit, love yourself, don't dim your light, loving yourself out loud. It was never competition, they would never understand how you holding it down. You ain't have to dibble and dab with magic, little energy harvest off the next person's potential at the end of the day. Understanding your reflection is different. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light.
No, irritate, gonna be always be yourself and on my list of intentions. Yeah.
I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Practice makes perfect, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I truly hope that you continue to heal. Matter of fact, healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, but you are worthy, and you do matter regardless of whether I love you, respect you, or protect you, or pour into you. You poured into the wrong cup. You almost shortchanged yourself when it came to your balance, emotionally stable. They would never understand the hands of time, being mature. Hold on one second. Overcoming what you've been through, still being patient with time and day when it comes to your reflection. Always be yourself when I say that respectfully. Healing childhood trauma, going into your adulthood, is never an overnight process. And I say that respectfully.
No, irritate, gonna be always be yourself and on my list of intentions.
I'm Naya, genuine love respect. And this is Naya, genuine love respect. Swag my style when it comes to my poetry. Always be yourself on my freestyle. Hello. Always be yourself. Balance. That energy is different. How chicks and dudes will put you in a challenge because of your past. The end of the day, they would never understand that. Hold on one second. You carry so much thinking that you actually walked away. Understanding your confidence is different when it comes to maturing. When someone didn't know how to respect you when it comes to your intuition. Hold on one second. That he say, she say when it comes to one-sided conversation. The end of the day, how someone try to ruin your reputation all because you believe in your faith. Wasn't get up on yourself at the end of the day. Or because someone that talk about like a bad habit running their mouth at the end of the day. Or because your vocabulary is different when you know how to love somebody, you have to project pain, let alone run mind games. The end of the day, hold on one second. Balance is different. You ever had a chick or a dude laugh in your face? The end they took them out. I took what was yours. But hold on one second. You came up short when it came to your attention span. They be telling you that respectfully. Because hold on one second. Oh, you realize to hold on one second. You don't know that you're dealing with a dizzy chick or a dude. That's the train of thought for me. Because they would truly confuse you, even on your worst day. It be the train of thought for me, how chicks and dudes would think they ran up on you, all because you understood your conscious different elevation when it comes to self-love. Hold on one second, I ain't have to have Melissa to lose myself, but I was willing to understand maturity is different. At the end of the day, that was a pointless conversation. I'm very so much thinking that's not part of my vocabulary when it comes to my future. Allow. Always be yourself when I say that respectfully. How chicks and dudes would try to get hostile with you, disrespect you in your face, all because, hold on one second, they was truly on a one-sided point of view. They would disrespect you because they saying they loving the person that, hold on one second, you used to talk to. But only because the hold on one second, they came up short when it came to their confidence, or because, hold on one second, they didn't know if they was coming or going. They wanted to make you feel like you was bent out of shape, but you actually knew how to be mature when they actually was corny. It be the shit thought for me. Because any chick or dude that got a throw in your face that they having sex with somebody from your past is truly acting they shoe size when they come to hold on one second. That pointless conversation, we wasn't on the same page when it comes to growth and maturing, acting your body weight.
Here's the trick, gonna be always be yourself.
Brave. Coming out your comfort zone, they would never understand the pain. A flow they can't relate to was calm is going within, understanding change. You know, a walk of life that, hold on one second, I understood I continue to blossom. Understand regardless of the devil try to stop me. Understand my motivation is different when it comes to God's motion. At the end of the day, God allowed me to see why I was worthy. You know, healing trauma and pain. They would never understand being brave at the end of the day. Believe in faith they can relate to. Hold on one second. I was truly gone within. Put in the proper footwork to actually do the work. That energy is different when folks try to disrespect you. They didn't want your future to become your best self vision of yourself. They didn't want your future to allow you to see to become your best self vision of yourself. You ever had the enemy or the devil trying to pray in your downfall? Or because they didn't want you to smile more? You wasn't giving up when it came to, hold on one second, your mindset, poverty, and pain. At the end of the day, it was unconditional love. They would never understand, hold on one second, they matter your tax bracket. Hold on one second, your heart never changed. They would never understand growth is different when it comes to success at the end of the day. Becoming your best self vision of yourself, healthy boundaries. Hold on one second, they can't relate to because they were showing fake love.
No, ever trade off me, love. Be yourself.
Always be yourself in all the senses. I'm Naya, and you all respect that my content is not for everyone. They dissed you. The disrespect was loud. Didn't have to get physical when someone wanted to kick you down. You know the fake love was real. Hold on one second. The difference between the categories, at the end of the day, they lacked self-control when it came to the IQ score. Hold on one second, because you truly got potential and you knew how to respect your name when they couldn't understand their own reflection when it come to seeing better days ahead. So they had to try to dim you like dibble that was spoken in a toxic way, trying to confuse you when it came to your vocabulary, all because you knew how to hold your own weight.
No, ever trade off me. You can save that fake love for your mammy. Hello?
Because I'm my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Didn't have to pretend to be all things because I was far from a copycat. They would never understand your intuition. Understand that, hold on one second, God didn't like ugly. When God revealed the devil, love, and the enemy, didn't matter tax bracket. It'd be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself when I say that respectfully. They say real, recognize real, but I was far from fake. Wasn't running from a reflection when it come to my past mistakes. You know, taking accountability for your actions. Chicks and dudes want to throw your past in your face at the end of the day, but hold on one second. It would dim their light when they come to their own skeletons. So they had to hold on one second, keep themselves sort of relevant. You know, when it come to he say, she say, they smile and make sure at the end of the day that you don't smile and maintain that, hold on one second, fixing your crown, because they want everybody to laugh at your pain. They want everybody to see at the end that you ain't who you say you are at the end of the day, all because they were trying to control the narrative, all because you wasn't trying to, hold on one second, disturb yourself when it come to find a peace within. You know, this type of stuff actually happens when folks got insecurity problems, or because you understood to maintain something they can relate to, and that was truly keeping the real going within. They say real, recognize real. But why would I want to discourage me because you don't know how to respect me? I said the opportunity to love me at the end of the day. You would never understand that, hold on one second. I ain't have to dibble and dabble with magic. I ain't have to energy harvest over your potential at the end of the day. Being authentic, holding balance.
No, ever trade off me. Thank you, God, for spinning the block for all the right reasons.
Soul wasn't for sale, didn't have to worship the devil, fall from pretending, fall from a hey. They would never understand that, hold on one second. Take accountability for your actions. Giving up wasn't part of the plan. They would never understand that, hold on one second. God allowed you to see why you truly still dancing. You know, my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Because loving yourself is not a crime. Yeah, you're beautiful, you're handsome, don't dim your light. Yeah, you're beautiful, you're handsome, don't dim your light. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments call your energy back. You got the devil, the enemy trying to distract you, trying to paint you out to be the villain they story, but holding it down at the end of the day would never understand your vocabulary. Healthy boundaries at the end of the day. That was the way to success when it comes to bettering your wealth at the end of the day, regardless of praying on your downfall. Understand how you truly being brave. They try to distract you. Only because hold on one second, God was truly showing you at the end of the day, not to get physical. Understanding boundaries is different when it comes to, hold on one second, I'm worthy. I could have crashed out because that was playing on that's what they was praying on at the end of the day. But why would I want to miss out on loving me? I had so many chapters, I almost lost me. I had folks playing my face at the end of the day, so they took them out, they got my back, but hold on one second, I was far from the mistake. Imagine pouring into the wrong cup. Fake love at the end of the day wasn't part of your vocabulary, but it showed you at the end of the day that your boundaries is different when it comes to your future. The right folks around you at the end of the day, they ain't got malicious intentions. That energy is different. Did I make sense? Because I'm not for you at the end of the day. You could call me whack and corny all day long. But hold on 1 second, I wasn't misleading myself wrong, being authentic. It be the train of thought for me. How chicks and dudes would disrespect you because you got boundaries. Understand to hold your own weight. And I wasn't talking about narcotics. It be the train of thought for me. How when you got faith at the end of the day, how chicks and dudes want to make you feel at the end of the day that you ain't got the proper tools. Oh, because hold on 1 second, someone not rooting for you. But God was for your biggest cheerleader. Hold on 1 second, that allowed you to be comfortable in your own skin. They would never understand you had to shapeshift at the end of the day to be something that you truly wasn't. Hold on 1 second, let on energy harvest on someone else's potential. It'd be the train of thought for me. You know, like draining folks' energy. Nah, that wasn't part of your vocabulary when it comes to unconditional love, when God was allowing you to see. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. I go live every night at 10:15 on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and I go on YouTube every night at 10:15. Never give up on yourself when someone prays on your downfall, regardless if it's a man, woman, child, elderly person, or even a couple. And I say that respectfully. Oh, yeah, you got potential, neighbor, don't dim your light. Yeah, you got potential, neighbor, don't dim your light. Yeah, you got potential, neighbor, don't dim your light. Love yourself, better yourself, don't dim your light. Hey, neighbor, 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 far from a hater. Blossom, blossom, they will never understand. That knowledge is different. Unconditional love, healthy boundaries. They would never understand the hands of time being authentic. You wasn't trying to be someone you truly was at the end of the day. You know, chasing behind the hate train. Chasing behind the hate train. The energy is different. You know, when it comes to he say, she say, they got so much to say. The disrespect and the dissing at the end of the day, all because they didn't want you to see your intuition when it come to your faith. They got a sense spellbook when it come to your third eye. Didn't have to wow out besides pray to go within. Ask God the real, the devil, along with enemy. They would never understand that we was two different levels. Hold on 1 second, truly being woke. Hold on 1 second, I disturbed your peace because I didn't have to try hard besides be myself. How this type of stuff actually happens. He said, you whacking your corner, you are nobody.
Oh, here she go again. Oh, my God, she get on my fucking nerves. Shut up.
Why me?
They pick and choose who they want to bully. They pick and choose who they want to bully. Oh, my God.
How they quit to stereotype you. Being your biggest fan at the end of the day would never understand your intuition hits differently. You know, because you had a plan. Even if you had to reroute because someone tried to take your intuition when it come to your faith. God restored you for all the right reasons. God wasn't for fake. God was never for likes and views and cloud chasing or fame. They would never understand the results at the end of the day. Patience, time, and day. You know that chick and that dude that was monitoring you. You know they were saying at the end that you whacking corny that God is not real. How they got because they got your back against the wall. They trying to make sure at the end of the day that folks don't see you. You know they talking he say, she say, but hold on 1 second. You continue to actually walk up. You continue to actually wake up every single day and actually allow yourself to understand elevation is different going within. You know, because self-love, self-control, motivation, they would never understand how God was showing you favor. You know, you didn't have to worship the devil. They would never understand. We ain't got to pray the same, but I'm far from a hater.
No, Anthony trade on me. Oh, you be yourself.
You know, today's currently January 18th, 2026. I would never hurt myself regardless who's praying to my downfall. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. They wanted you to fumble you. A reflection they couldn't relate to how real you was with you. You know, looking in the mirror, you're beautiful, you're handsome. They would never understand how you truly step at the end of the day being different. You was truly real at the end of the day, being real. Wasn't running from your past, even when folks try to, you know, throw that narrative in folks' faces and try to throw your past in your face at the end of the day. But you wasn't running at the end of the day. You wasn't hiding. Hold on 1 second, when it came to having show face at the end of the day, it be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens when folks say you ain't got potential, or because they put you in competition when it wasn't a hesitation. Hold on 1 second, when it came to your self-love, how it disturbed their peace at the end of the day. When it was a one-sided conversation, how you compete at the end of the day when someone is not even part of your race. But then you said they a mental case.
No, it's a trade though for me.
And then you trying to point out all their flaws, but forgot to realize your own mirror at the end of the day. Where did you really go wrong? It be the train of thought for me. How you said that you're boring, you're corny, you're whack at the end of the day. You ain't got potential, but you understood. Hold on 1 second. Your reflection hits different when it comes to being authentic. Always be yourself with no mistakes, and I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to discourage you. They decided to count you out, count you out, count you out. They decided to count you out, count you out. The fake loves, you could save it for the birds. Hit me the trend of thought from when you truly keeping the real word. Nah, for real. Owning your happiness. They would never understand the potential, how you had to truly go within. Only because you wasn't trying to hurt your own words. You wasn't trying to hurt yourself with your own words when it came to your reflection. You still being patient with time when it come to God's tools that God endowed with you, when it come to your vocabulary. They would never understand how you hold your own weight. And I wasn't talking about narcotics, being your own equal at the end of the day. They said the grass ain't equal on the opposite side. Because the grass ain't greener, it'd be the train of thought for me. But imagine folks actually praying for you, not against you at the end of the day. Hold on one second. That was really a testimony. Because when the right people walk into your life, they don't look at you like competition. They ain't got an energy harvest off your energy. They don't send spoke in a toxic way, trying to confuse you when it comes to your third eye. Hold on one second. It wasn't a mistake. Nah, it wasn't a mistake. Because they ain't got excuses when it comes to respecting you. Being authentic, they truly rooting for you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. The he say, she say, that shit was out the window. And I said that respectfully. Oh, here we go again. They gonna quit to say you a crash out. Naya. Chill out.
No, it's the trade though, because they pick and choose who will curse, who will talk about God, the devil, the enemy. Happy to trade it all for me.
How this type of stuff actually happens when I ain't trying to hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. When you can hold your own weight when it comes to your baggage. They would never understand that healing is different when it comes to your potential. When the right people walk into your life, not only they praying for you, not against you, that energy is different when it comes to your confidence. Regardless who been in your life at the end, when it comes to certain testimonies, when it comes to your chapter, they would never understand the hands of time at the end of the day. Who would have knew that the right people truly wasn't your enemy? They said the grass ain't green on the other side, but that was a lie. Because the devil has so many ways that end they trying to confuse you. He say, she say, pointless conversations. A wolf in sheep clothes. The end of the day, only by the hold on one second, you wasn't overlooking yourself when it came to your faith.
They said you act in your corner, you were nobody. They said you act in your corner, you were nobody. That's the train of thought for me.
Love yourself, don't dim your light. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Yeah, you matter, you are worthy. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Entertainment purposes only. Today's currently January 18th, 2026.
Now, it's the train of thought for me, god darn it. You've been with the money of business. Ask the trade off me. No, for real. You ever decide to go work out and the workout was working you out? No, ask the trade off me. That shit was whipping your goddamn ass. No, for real. To take the mindset and say, you know what, I'm going to change my life today and only rather, hold on one second. Your body's so hurt with them being hurt, then they motherfuckers in the background praying on your downfall so you can gain weight, lose your appetite, not be right or whatever the case may be, but you trying to get things right, and only rather hold on one second, you whipping your own ass. No, it's the train don't be sweating right to left, muscles all bent out of shape, trying to figure out your mental. Am I okay? No, it's the train don't be. No, nothing. What's your emergency? I think I need water.
No, it's the trait of me. Always be yourself with no messages, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say it respectfully. Never allow someone to discourage you when it comes to motivation. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father should lose a child or guardian should lose a child due to someone's jealousy, envy, or insecurity. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Or due to someone projecting spell work, or sending someone an evil eye, or someone having malicious intentions, or because someone want to keep tabs on somebody want to keep tabs on somebody once someone leaves out of someone's life. That door was closed for all the right reasons. You didn't have good intentions. God saw what you was doing, or let alone someone understood them today. Maturing, I outgrew that conversation. Regardless of what you say about somebody at the end of the day, when you have to create a hate train towards somebody or try to project spell work because you don't want someone to prosper in life,
it tells a lot about your confidence. It's the trade off of me, but you have peace with yourself. It's the trade off of me.
And no mother or father should have to go down to the morgue or go down to the ER to identify their child because someone wanted to shortchange their child, their mental health. Poison their food, their narcotics, their drinks, or even domestic violence or even a hate crime. And I say that respectfully. Or because of jealousy, envy, or insecurity, or because someone doesn't want someone to prosper in life. No mother or father should get that type of phone call, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, because there are men and women that are parents in the day that know how to respect their child. They're not trying to be their child's friend, but their child has a safe place in their arms. That energy is different, and they're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father should lose their child due to someone's lack of self-control, regardless of a single family household or not at the end of the day. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. And no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them due to someone's lack of self control. And I say that respectfully. To paint a mother to be unfit, or father unfit, or mentally unstable, or paint them out to be at the end of the day that they're someone that they're truly not, or make them seem at the end of the day that their voice does not matter, because their voice does matter. And especially when they're not doing it for likes and views or clout or fame, regardless if they came from poverty or pain or not at the end of the day. They made their child feel like they had a safe place. They allowed their child to know they have a safe place. They loved their child. They wasn't doing it for likes, if it was a clout, or fame, and they're a provider. And they pray for their child, not against their child. Everybody's not the same when it comes to being a parent in the day, because individuals not doing it for likes and views of clout, or fame. But individuals will come into someone's life to energy harvest to someone's child, project spoke, or send an evil eye, whatever the case may be. How this type of stuff actually happens. And nobody should have their child stripped away from them because someone wants to control the narrative to make a mother and father life miserable. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay.
Now, if the straight don't be got darn it, my content was okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You ever decide to mind your business with the mind your business and that one family member or friend or associate or whatever the case may be, call you, but then calling you or whatever the case may be and say, come look at my haircut. No, it's the trade thought for me. Oh, no, for real, for real. This fool decides to go get a haircut, shape up, or whatever the case may be. It looked like a regular haircut. Okay, what's so fancy about it? I guess because they spent $250, so they bragging about it now. No, Anthony Trey told me that's why it's so special. What was so special about them clippers? No, Anthony Trey told me it looked like your last fade. Hello? What's wrong with people? This fool decides to express within expressing. Yeah, I went to a new barber. My barber out of town, whatever the case may be. Well, you should have stuck to the old one, because you stupid as fuck. It's the Trey with your stupid ass. No, for real, for real. Now you talking about you spent $250. You could have that could have covered you for the rest of the half of the year. No, Anthony Trey told me, hello. What's wrong with folks? This fool decides to go get a haircut within getting a haircut or whatever the case may be. Ain't nothing spontaneous about it. Ain't nothing, too mad negative. What's so special about it? No, Anthony Trey thought for me. You don't like it? It's cool. It's a train throw for me. I don't know what you was looking for. It's a train throw me. Someone will look for your reaction to be so different because they spent $250 on a haircut. What I really want to tell you today, us being a kid and at certain times in my life, you call me stupid and said so much stuff about me. You guys are great too, huh? A couple of them. Everybody hair don't grow the same. Some people hair grow back faster than others. And you one big ass dummy. It's the trait though. You was on the same page. By next week, your hair gonna grow out. Your hairline gonna be looking bushy and all types of weird stuff. You're gonna be like, I just spent $250. Yeah, it's the trait though. I thought you was on a budget. Hello, with your stupid ass. No, for real, for real. A motherfucker would try to show off at the day with the showing off. Can I borrow $250? No, dumbass. It's a trick, though. You better think about that goddamn haircut in the corner some goddamn way. Call your mammy. I gotta go. I'm Naya, and you'll have respect that my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. This is peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You matter, you're worthy. Fall from the hater, neighbor. Love yourself. Hi to the genuine ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, choose yourself. Never overlook you. Friday, you matter, you're worthy. Saturday, fall from the hater. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. And just because moments. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing, the light within you. Keep shining, don't dim your light, cause the hater, hold on 1 second, the devil's gonna try to distract you. The enemy gonna try to antagonize you, but love yourself. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, hi to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. You know, domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, and gang stalking is really real. Always protect yourself. You matter and you are worthy. Never allow someone to dim your light or project fear in you. You are worthy. Your voice does matter. No, for real, for real. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, these individuals hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, reroute your mail, all types of stuff, your packages. They will even act like you received it when you never did. You know, they'll monitor your every move from the time that you go from point A to Z. They will even try to project fear in you. They will even try to, prey on your downfall when it comes to elevation and prospering in life. But never give up on yourself. You matter, you're worthy. You know, I'm still under the weather, but I'm still showing up. I'm getting better. Call your energy back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments. Love yourself, don't dim your light. When you fall from the hater, never. We ain't the same. Fall from the hater. Gotta go. Naya.
What's up, Peace?
How did I do?
Okay.
Hi. Gotta go.
I'm Naya, and you'll have respect that my content is not for everyone. I'm currently 25 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:41 p.m. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Said I was rocking with you and you was rocking with me. Said I was rocking with you and you was rocking with me. That is just different. It wasn't a pointless conversation when it came to LOVE. You know, someone truly showing far from a hesitation when they actually got to know you. You know, that motivation is different. Someone praying for not against you. It wasn't competition even on your rainy day. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second, all the projection they was doing when they was coming to spell work, trying to distract you when it come to your third eye, all because the devil was trying to tell us so many lies. You know, because you know it's always someone praying on your downfall when it comes to a healthy relationship because someone truly is making you smile more. How someone could bring peace into your life. They didn't have to try hard besides be authentic. Pouring into your cup at the end of the day. That energy is different when it comes to who would have knew that true love was faithful. You know, someone respecting you didn't have to try hard. Someone being loyal at the end of the day. Who would have knew at the end of the day times is far from hard. And I say that respectfully because you came from poverty and pain. Imagine someone walking into your life only rest, hold on 1 second, time allowed you to change. Motivation when it come to hold on 1 second, maturing, acting your body weight. Only rest, hold on 1 second, someone truly fall from born in. Someone brought the best out of you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even days, hold on 1 second, you didn't even see this come in. You know, because when the right person walks into your life, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, that peace is different. You know, someone truly sees you, hears you, respects you. They ain't have to dibble and dab with spoke or match the end of the day or go to that tarot or that karmic or that witch or that warlock or whatever the case may be or that doctor, you know, to get that poison when it comes to love. And I say that respect because it came authentic when it comes to real love. And that energy is different. Because when you want God's time, divine time, it hits different. Someone vocabulary is different when someone truly understood your value at the end of the day. Not to shortchange you when it comes to your mental health. You know, when it comes to your heart having actions at the end of the day. Who would have knew that true love allowed you to see why you didn't overlook yourself from a pointless conversation? Because it was far from pointless. You know, if someone's your biggest cheerleader up close in person behind closed doors, they would never understand at the end of the day. Opposites sometimes do attract. But who would have knew that the love of your life didn't have to pretend to truly love you? They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too. They don't have a hand problem. You know, when it come to he say, she say, they like, that's not your type. You doing too much or whatever the case may be. They gonna violate you or do you dirty or whatever the case may be. Only rather the narrative actually flip because God was showing you better days ahead and was far from an excuse. You know, because hold on 1 second, you wasn't allowing yourself to become your own worst critic. When it come to your intuition, understand that hold on 1 second, your faith is different. Yeah, that last relationship, it didn't work out. The marriage, hold on 1 second. That pointless conversation, hold on 1 second. Someone that you was kicking it with for a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be. Only realize the hold on 1 second. Someone allows you to see true love. Action spoke louder than words. How true love allows you to feel. Someone truly being irrelevant, it was far from an excuse. Someone wasn't wearing a mask to truly, hold on 1 second, mislead you. You know, because true love is not complicated. They say fairy tales not real, but that's a lie because someone could truly walk into your life and love you right the first time around. That is just different. even when the world wanted to kick you down, or even when the world's still plotting on you. Never give up on yourself when it comes to choosing you, because that unconditional love allows you to see why you truly love you, and the love of your life brought you balance to truly love you. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I love to talk about love.
Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you.
Wow. Love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one that's truly for you. You ever got lost in your own words? But someone took your breath away, gave you butterflies, but then only reasons fall from mistake. Something that you pray for, not a cheater. Something that you pray for, someone not to mislead you. Someone that you pray for, your vocabulary became equal. Someone that you pray for, authenticity hits different. Someone brought the best out of you. Someone who's showing you potential. Someone rocking with you good day, bad day, misunderstanding. I wasn't talking about narcotics. You know, someone brought balance to your life that allow you to see why you understood your knowledge. When it comes to LOVE, your definition of true love, only because your definition of true love allow you to see that. Hold on 1 second. You ever got lost in your words? Because this is what the enemy wants at the end of the day. They didn't want someone to value your time and day. But who would have knew that you didn't run from yourself when it came to keeping it real? You pray within praying when you least expect it. You know that pointless conversation that someone didn't understand when they said that, hold on 1 second, you doing too much, but you was far from sweating. That energy is different. The results came different. When it comes to a future, who would have knew was far from pain? You allow yourself to understand that change is different when it comes to praying. Not only did you pray, but you prayed in a couple of chapters. It may be a couple of years ago, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. At the end of the day, only realize the hold on 1 second, you ready for love today. Only for you to realize the hold on 1 second, the right person brought peace into your life was far from complicated. How someone sees you, hears you, respects you. How you finally ask for somebody at the end of the day. And they finally showed up when you least expected. Because you said, I got one more relationship within me. Only realize the hold on 1 second, your vision came your reality. True love. You know, it may not make sense to the average person, but when the right person sees you, hears you, respects you, regardless you got a speech problem, you got a lust problem at the end of the day, or you get lost in your words, they're not here to hurt you physically, emotionally, or verbally at the end of the day. Because someone brings the best out of you. You gain the love of a best friend, a business partner, and everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would at the end of the day? God allowed you to see change. God allowed you to see change for the best. Allowing yourself to open up to you, your reflection. Understand that pouring into yourself, it was far from a hesitation. You got to know you one on one and still getting to know you when it comes to true healing. But the love of your life brought you that proper balance to acknowledge at the end of the day that they wasn't trying to fumble you. But who would have knew that true healing was real when it came to true love?
In the trade, always be yourself. Always be yourself.
I'm 32 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:48 p.m. I am Naya, genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless of what man, woman, child, elderly person, or couple is praying on my downfall. I would never stop showing up for myself, and I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader. We all don't pray the same, and I say that respectfully.
No, we don't. Hit the trade because I'm far from a hater. Hello.
You know, never allow a man or a woman to project fear in you, regardless of their tax bracket, how they take your kindness or weakness and threaten you at the end of the day, or disrespect you and say that nobody hears your voice, or nobody is going to see you or respect you at the end of the day. Or they want to paint you to be somebody that you're truly not. Never stop pouring into you. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Far from giving up on yourself. Far from giving up on yourself. Call your energy back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. I call my energy back. No negative energy, and I say that respectfully. Understanding your intuition hits differently. Hold on 1 second, you don't have the energy harvest of someone's energy. They would never understand self-love hits different. Unconditional love started within. Hold on 1 second, they try to dim your light when it comes to hold on 1 second. Not living in fear. Authenticity started within. Hold on 1 second. The right people see you, hear you, respect you. The energy hits different when you actually love yourself, acknowledge your worth. Regardless who trying to discourage you, pray on your downfall. They would never understand how God's truly loving you. You know that energy is different. You have to pray the same, then have hate in your vein. They would never understand elevation hits different. Hold on 1 second when it comes to your reflection. Love yourself, don't dim your lights. Love yourself, don't dim your light. No, that's the trend that's all for me. Don't dim your light. My content is not for everybody. And it's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I say that respectfully, and I always did since day one. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love respect, and my content is not for everybody. I don't push God on nobody because my content is not for everybody. But when God sends the right people into your life, the grass is actually greener on the other side because they respect you, they hear you, and they don't look at you like competition. They don't got double endow with magic. They don't got to energy harvest of your energy. They don't got to send spell work towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They actually acknowledge you. They want you to become your best self, vision of yourself, regardless if you came from poverty or pain or not at the end of the day. They want you to actually see your worth, that you are worthy, regardless to who overlooked you or didn't see your potential. Because hold on one second, when the right people see you, that maturity is different. They act in their body weight when it come to their shoe size. How the devil tells so many lies. How the devil would try to discourage you, but who would have knew that chapter? Hold on one second. They say new devils when it comes to elevation, but God will show you, showing you why he was truly protected. How when the right people truly stepping for you at the end of the day, they ain't have to get physical, besides pray for not against you. Hold on one second. That energy is different. And it's just different. But you're going to have some people that want to step for you. But they ain't got malicious intentions at the end of the day. Because they want you to be comfortable in your own skin. And I say that respectfully. And especially when they know that you're a good person. And you ain't got malicious intentions, you fall from a hater. Especially when you know how to put respect on your neighbor's name. And especially when you know how to give flowers and credit when it's due. Empty this train of thought for me. Always be yourself. No, but since I am my biggest cheerleader and I am far from a hater, loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying on my downfall. And I say that respectfully. I'm 35 minutes into this video, 35 minutes and 40 something seconds into this video, and it's currently 10:51 p.m. And it's currently January 18th, 2026. My content is not everybody. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Regardless to what individual, if you're a content creator or if you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, and you got individuals that work in different tags bracket, never get discouraged or never allow someone's projection stopping you from allowing your dream to come true. You choosing you when it comes to your reflection. And I say that respectfully. I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. I don't play with spoke or magic or whatever the case may be, that spiritual stuff when it comes to negative energy. I don't got time for that. Individuals will try to blackmail you against you, but never stop choosing you. And I say that respectfully because healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. I'm not a hater, so try to follow me. Always be yourself. When God says the right people into your life, they want you to prosper in life. They want you to become your best self vision of yourself, regardless if you never had that mother figure or that father figure to show you the proper love or respect at the end of the day, or you didn't have the right group of people around you, regardless of what trial and tribulations you've been through. And especially when you don't run from your past, and especially when you know how to take accountability for your actions, that energy is different. Someone saw authenticity within you. Regardless of what picture someone tried to paint about you at the end of the day, you never stop showing up for you. Because you didn't stop showing up for you, the right people poured into you. Because you didn't have an excuse as to showing up for your future. Now, and the chick, all you be yourself, We all don't pray the same. Regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, disability, or age. But I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube, and I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless at the end of the day who's praying on my downfall. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And myself was damn sure not for sale, and I ain't AI. It's the train though for me. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. There's no third party. I always worked alone when it comes to my creativity since day one. From Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Wait. No. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I always work by myself when I say that, especially when it comes to my creativity. I am my biggest cheerleader. Everybody's not for you when it comes to elevation and prospering in life. But when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they far from haters. And when they not for you, they know how to keep it pushing. They not part of the hate group. They ain't trying to do all that weird shit, send you magic and send you spell work, or try to do come to me spells or that weird stuff. They don't got time for that. No, they ain't trying to block you from elevating in life. No, for real, for real. How folks actually got that mindset, but never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader. My lips is mad dry. No, it's the train thought me. It felt like I'm talking back to myself. Oh my God, only if you knew it feels so chapped. Oh my God, I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Misunderstood and loved by you. Far from a hater, stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you. Far from a hater, stop the violence in the community. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. And it's currently January 18th, 2026. And I'm closing out this video. It's 39 minutes into this video, and it's currently 28 seconds, and it's continue to going. And it's currently 2 people watching me right now, and it's currently 10:55 p.m. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone did not love you, respect you, protect you, or pour into you, or let them see your potential. You matter and you are worthy. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, but when the right people walk into your life, regardless of if it came a poverty or pain or not, at the end of the day, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. It's 40 minutes into this video and 6 seconds. I'm Naya, Gina Respect. Peace and respect, shit ain't bustin' like you made a dim light, God, never, don't dim your light. Now it's one person. Have a good day. I got it.